that down for a win in the defense's column.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Another run here with Dobbins.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
Captain.
They're going. It's Nix. Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46.
11. Bombers.
Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And all the way home for the Broncos score.
Adam Troutman, 45 yards. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Great. No touch that. Nice right. No touch.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Over man, that's Devontae Smith.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing is Hurts.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain 18 and a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Good. No touch it. I know you with it. No touch it.
Here's Hurts to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
No touch it. I know you with it.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. As they come up now, second and goal.
Go Silver, ready? Great. I know you with it. Alpha. No touch.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
No touch it. I know you with it.
Hurts. Oh, that's in the double coverage and intercepted. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a third down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
To throw, here's Nix.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taking it about the 16. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
And it will be Eagles football, first and 10.
At their own 32-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got enough. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Hurts picked by his old teammate at Oklahoma, Nick Benito. On first and 10, it's Dobbins. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
First down. A gain of 13 yards. First down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Throwing Nix. Touchdown Broncos. Adam Troutman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
At the 34-yard line.
They go play action with Hurts. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
He'll look to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. Fighting his way through contact. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. And this one complete to Smith. And Devontae going to pick up the Eagles' first down as he'll take this down to the 22-yard line. And now the clock will stop as he's able to get up and spike it here.
Hey, give me a D. Give me the E. Give me an A. Give me an M. And give me the ring. Give me the lock. Give me the rock. And give me the key.
2nd and 10.
No touch that.
They'll look to throw again. It's caught. Smith. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
No touch that. And anyone hit? 63, 63, 63. Miami. Hey. Crowd left Yanni.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make our score 14-7. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7. Our scores, we get back at it on EA Sports. And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we also have about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
They're going to look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Room to maneuver at the 35. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 15-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun, it's Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the third. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
Nick's going to keep this himself. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer, Silver, set.
Barkley inside handoff. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. A field goal from this spot would be 51 yards. They'll try to move it closer on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Great, set. Trimmer. No touch.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33.
Saquon Barkley. Tackled back at the 33-yard line.
73. No touch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now it's Nix. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Makuba. And some room to run now. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
No touch. Anyway, no touch.
He'll drop to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Intended for Devontae Smith. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 13.
Here now, 3rd down.
Good. Anyway, no touch.
They'll set up to throw. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. Got a man. It's Brown. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2.
No touch. Hey, easy, 63, back. Hey.
Now back to throw. He'll try to do it himself. And Hurts able to show off some of that elusiveness as he slides to the ground there and in the process picks up the 1st down.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes a correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the 1st down with his legs instead.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
No touch.
Barkley. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
No touch. No touch.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there. Gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Bombers. Hold on a second. Ready. Away.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there. It's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here's 2nd down. He's back to throw. And that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. picked off by Reed Blankenship. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half of the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.
chill. Right on my side as my ego becomes a funky child with some words on my tongue. Be like in, take a breath, and my mouth gets loose. So while I scatter my spit, I dream of juice. Have you revel out these dark hallways? This place, I guess I made the day. I say, play the track from your record collection. It's your mix, congratulations.
Changed a lot of names, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever did a thank you, then just let me do it now. Come back in.
I bet you thought I wouldn't start the show, but I mean now, very close because I told you so. You know, we love the cars, we love the plays. Yeah, we be freaky and we wanna stay.
Changed a lot of names, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever did a thank you, then just let me do it now.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Space City, Houston, Texas, and NRG Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Houston Texans. Tirico, my partner Greg Olson, set to bring this to you. Kaimi Fairbairn getting this one started. Off we go from NRG Stadium. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. A throw on the first play from Rodgers. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
So one of the elements of a good screen game is the quarterback having the timing in his head to know, I want to hold the ball long enough to get the rush to commit to me, to set up the blocking and set up the back behind them. But I also can't hold it on forever because then I don't have an opportunity to deliver the ball. So it was really more of the latter here where he's trying to hold on as long as he can. The pressure just gets to him a little too fast and the ball falls incomplete. And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and there's a...
Oh, intercepted. What a bad start on the third play. That's the linebacker, Azeez Al-Shire.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
It's now second and 19 at the Steelers' 36-yard line.
11.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his man. That's Nico Collins. And he will not make it to the end zone, but he's down inside the 5-yard line. It is a big-time play for Houston. It's a gain of 34. A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's first and goal. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's into the end zone. What a start. C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Texans. Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead.
Steelers, nothing.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
300. Back more. No. 319. Jump out.
A-Rod down to throw on first down. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Second down, Rodgers. That's complete. Calvin Austin. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Get 300.
A first down throw from Rodgers. Metcalf left side. He's got it. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Again, it's Rodgers. That's going to be incomplete. Good work as a defender bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's fourth down.
Hey, take 26.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth down. He finds Austin with the grab. And he's not going to get away. They got him right down after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on down.
Oh, 18. Outside.
On first down, it's Stroud. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. It is a big-time play for Houston. 32 yards.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. 18.
Stroud to throw here on first and 10. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Throwing on second down. Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Whoa, things are getting tougher. It's now third and 50.
18.
From the gun, here's Stroud. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for third down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. First and 10. Here's Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter. They've got it looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. The shotgun, it's A-Rod. That one incomplete. Good job. Next look there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
And really what stands out to me the most in this first half, Mike, is just there's very little separation among these receivers downfield. The quarterback has to throw into a lot of tight windows, contested catches, and they continue to do a nice job separating the ball from the man.
3rd and short yardage, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line. From the 31, here is 2nd down and 5.
At the 31-yard line.
Here we go, let's go. 18,
Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And this will be a Texans first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
And the Texans first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Give running right. It is Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 45. Peyton Wilson that time in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
They face 2nd down and 7.
On the quick, right?
Now Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And he is out of bounds. They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Texans first down.
1st and 10 at the
2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Oh, right. Look the high. 118.
Throwing is Stroud. He's back to Schultz. He's got it again. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Here's a give up the middle to Mixon, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Talk things over before third down.
All right. 18. What's that?
Stroud to throw. Forced out left. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. To throw is Stroud. This is caught. He's got a long way to go.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
Rodgers on first down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Quick run, taken in, and he's going to be brought down up past the 45. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number one.
47-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the gun, Rodgers. This one intercepted. Picked off by Kalen Bullock. And the Texans will have great field position right around midfield.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away. And that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
He was trying to connect with his tight end, Dalton Schultz. And that will lead to a second down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard.
Here we go, let's go. Hey!
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
He's just late on that throw. I don't even think he ever saw that defender drop into the zone, and it ends up costing the team the ball.
First down for Henry. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in half number one. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5.
258, 150.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. And now the Steelers are going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First down, Steelers.
Go to 50. Hey, you block him.
A first down throw from Rodgers. Throwing it out wide, and Metcalf has it. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. To the air once more, it's Rodgers. Along the sideline, Thielen there to pour it in.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. He missed it. So, 1 half in the books. 2nd half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This will be returned from the 6. And they'll be way back up to start. He only gets back to the 5-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. And now compounding the issue here, we're going to get a delay. That'll march them back half the distance, and they'll go from there.
Here we go. On 18. What's up? Tonight.
They'll start with Mixon. He'll get a couple of yards back, but it will be second and long.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
They'll go right back to Mixon. That one is snuffed out. Going to lose yardage. Back to the 3.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on first down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on second down. But now after taking a loss on first and second, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on third down.
Third and long.
Here we go, let's go. 18, what's that? Buggy.
And they will not get the snap off in time, and it's going to back them up halfway. So that'll move them back half the distance, and they'll try it again.
Here we go. 18, what's that? Good night.
From his end zone, he'll throw it on third and long. A dive and a catch. Incredible.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
All right. Swap. Love a swap. Look. Hey, Uno Mars.
They'll go. It's Stroud. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You know, Mike, I've seen a lot of aggressive plays over the years, but this one, it might just take the cake. I mean, to go for it in this situation, this deep in your own territory, you're making quite the statement that you are going to be aggressive all day long.
A-Rod down to throw on first down. That one, take it in. DK Metcalf. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown, Steelers.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers are on the board. It's 10-7. Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. This taken at the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Now flags fly. Looked like someone got going early, and it's going to turn into 1st and 15. He'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. 18 yards on the pickup there first down for Houston.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Or
On first down, they keep it on the ground, and they keep it with Mixon. Oh, big hole left side. And he will go all the way. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. Then back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans will get out in front 17-7. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off.
Jamie Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Johnson now to return. Great coverage there by the kick team. He's down inside the 10-yard line.
At their own 7-yard line.
On the ground, it's Jaylen Warren. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
Taken down at the 11-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Rodgers. He finds Austin with the ground. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a first down after a gain of 7. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Hey, 88, 258. Back north. 258.
Looking to throw, it's Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 7. The shotgun, it's A-Rod. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Get 300. Get 300. Jump out.
Rodgers going up top again. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Big Sheldon Rankin in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. The crowd cranking it up another notch before third and long. They'll drop to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And he will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Here we go, let's go. Hey!
He'll give this to Mixon, running right. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. On play action. Stroud. This one not quite on target. Got him too much. That one falls incomplete. Tank Dell was the one he was looking for. And 3rd down coming up.
Here we go. 18. What's that? Hey! Good night.
On the bootleg, it's Stroud. He manages to get the throwaway and completes it. 15 yards through the air. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
3rd.